Hello everyone. My name is Shadab Zubair and welcome to our presentation. Today we're going to be talking about some of the problems that the indigenous people in Canada face. Now, in our group, there are six of us: Manuka, Lester, Vansh, Aman, Simant, and me, Shadab. Now, I'll start with the very beginning that we all know that Canada has a rich indigenous history and culture. For far too long, these aspects haven't been given the proper respect and understanding in many workplaces. Now, to tackle these things, we've come up with five solutions or strategies to go along. Number one, cultural sensitive training. Providing all staff with thorough cultural sensitivity training, we can create a foundation of understanding and respect. This training should delve into Indigenous cultures, histories, customs, as well as perspectives. By educating ourselves, we can dismantle stereotypes and unconscious biases. Remember, cultural sensitivity isn't just about tolerance, it's about embracing and celebrating our differences. This will foster a more harmonious work environment where everyone feels valued and respected. Another point we had was indigenous mentorship programs. Now, by establishing mentorship programs specifically designed to support indigenous employees, we are pairing them with experienced staff members which can provide invaluable guidance and support. These mentors can help Indigenous employees navigate the often complex world of our organization, share valuable knowledge, and advocate for their own success. This will not only enhance career growth, but also foster a sense of belonging and cultural inclusion and bonding. The third point is a flexible work arrangement. We can acknowledge that the unique cultural commitments that many indigenous people hold, and by offering these flexible work arrangements such as adaptable schedules or remote work opportunities, it demonstrates our respect for their priorities. By allowing indigenous employees to manage their work-life balance in a way that suits them better, that respects their cultural values, we show genuine respect and can improve our employee engagement and retention. The next point will be carried on by Manuke. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shadab. I'm continuing from the fourth point. Fourth point is employee resource groups. Establish resource groups for indigenous employees within the company. These groups give indigenous employees a forum for social interaction, mutual support, and celebration of their cultural heritage. ERGs have the ability to plan training, social gatherings, and cultural activities that help indigenous employees experience a feeling of connection and belonging. ERGs can also effective platform for giving the company feedback and standing up for the needs of indigenous employees. Fifth point would be recognition and celebration of cultural contributions. Set initiatives into action to the organization and celebrate the cultural contribution made by the indigenous employees. In addition to recognizing their contributions to the community through advocate and volunteer work, this can also involve organizing their cultural achievements such as pieces of art, music, or storytelling. We can create a diverse and appreciating culture and reinforce the value of indigenous staff to the company by showcasing their unique skills and achievement. Organization can establish a work environment that not only attracts the indigenous candidates, but also promote their success, engagement, and long-term retention by including these cultural strategies into HR star model. This comprehensive approach for recruiting indigenous employees to recognize the impact of culture of organizational dynamics and promotes the inclusive, diverse, and equal culture. So now I would like to invite Aman to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Manuke. So now I will cover up the steps which we would take to convey the rest of the organization, the non-indigenous people. Okay, non-indigenous people. So firstly, we will create an indigenous employee task force, assemble a group of HR professional, indigenous worker, and leaders of the organization to supervise indigenous employee plans and ensure the diversity of viewpoints. Secondly, we will create an indigenous employee policy, which is directly addressing concerns about the reverse discrimination while outlining the organization commitment to diversify and includes in a clear and a concerned manner. Third portion is culture specific recruitment, working with an indigenous group and communities to create a custom hiring practice that shows a sincerity to dedication to diversity. Further, it may be continued by Aman. Thank you.
Thank you, Vansh. I'll be continuing from the fourth point, diverse interview panels. To create a friendly and inclusive atmosphere for Indigenous applicants, make sure that Indigenous people are represented on interview panels. Cultural competency training. Address misconceptions and develop understanding by offering training to all staff members to enhance their knowledge of and respect for Indigenous cultures. Interact with Indigenous groups. Establish connections with nearby Indigenous groups to learn about customs and traditions that promote cooperation and trust. Monitoring and evaluation to guarantee effectiveness and inclusivity, as well as to demonstrate responsibility and transparency. Monitor and assess Indigenous employment initiatives on a regular basis using appropriate indicators. By putting these measures into practice, the company can reduce worries about reverse discrimination and promote an inclusive, diverse, and equitable work environment. Now, I would request Seemanth to continue further for the third question.
Yeah, thank you, Aman. So, being an exclusive HR, so the most compelling reasons for the top management to influence and encourage the indigenous people in an organization. It could be done in the following ways, but the first is like the consumer values and the brand image. And why is it so? Because it's for the cultural preservation for the indigenous communities. Maintaining their culture and heritage is a paramount. So, consumer value and brand image can play a great role in ensuring that products or services presenting to the specific culture are authentic, respected, and portray their values and their tradition. Because this is what, from there, the indigenous society will get attracted towards the brand. Now, I request Lester to continue further.
Thank you, Seemant. So the second point would be government incentives as well as market access. Government around the world offers various programs to encourage indigenous employment. One of them being financial incentives, where these could include tax breaks, grants, or subsidies for business that hire indigenous workers. Additionally, some governments offer funding for training and development programs specifically designed for indigenous communities. The second point being unlocking new markets. Partnerships with indigenous communities can open doors to new markets and resource opportunities. Indigenous communities often possess deep knowledge of their territories and established relationships with local stakeholders. This insider knowledge can be invaluable when entering new markets or navigating complex resource development projects. The third point is innovation powerhouse. The diversity of thought is a breeding ground for innovations. One of them being unique knowledge system. Indigenous cultures hold a wealth of traditional knowledge, often passed down through generations. This knowledge can be highly relevant to contemporary changes in areas like sustainable resource management, environmental protection, and traditional ecological practices. They also offer fresh perspectives. This would be done by including indigenous voices in your team. We gain access to wider range of solutions and approaches. This diverse pool of ideas allows your company to tackle problems from new angles, leading to groundbreaking innovations and improved problem-solving capabilities. By embracing these advantages, the company can gain significant competitive edge in the marketplace. We'll be able to attract a wider customer base, benefit from government incentives, and unlock new market opportunities while fostering a more innovative and successful organization. So thank you all for listening to our video. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.